I've tried to record the intro to this video a few times, and every time I do, I just can't seem to get the words out correctly in a way that I want to articulate them before I hit the play button. So I'm going to just try to be as candid and forthright as I can be. I've been watching all of these things with Ren and the sick boy drama going on, with the whole breakdown of the beat. All of the I've read all of the posts. I've watched his video explaining in great detail and depth the situation that was going on, and I see the hurt in the man's eyes. And as a person who has been deeply moved by his art, and is a big fan of so many of the things that Ren has done. I mean, my first reaction was to Hi Ren, and all of I have a huge playlist of things I've reacted to that Ren has done or been a part of. I am a massive fan. I think my nervousness about doing a reaction to the Kujo beatdown is this. My understanding of the man that Ren is a man that is an altruist, a man who believes in doing the right thing for the sake of it being the right thing, even in the face of adversity and wrongdoing. I believe that to be the character of the man behind the art. Now, with a following the size of Ren's, which I'm very happy to be a part of, I think we can all agree that there is definitely a branch within the Renegades that are fans of the art, but maybe have more unsavory opinions on what is and is not okay to say to another person, especially when so many of us feel defensive of Ren because of the journey we know he's walked. I guess my concern comes in with this. I know that Ren would never promote any kind of like, bandwagon of hate this guy Kujo, right? But I also know that there was a completely different dude named Kujo that got harassed on the idea that he was the Kujo that was ripping Ren off. So I guess my concern is that with the release of a song like Kujo Beatdown and a following the size of Ren's, we are in some way, shape, or form, and I don't mean we, I mean Ren, is in some way, shape, or form, in my opinion, potentially inciting what I believe to be wrongful justification of harassment. And I know that that is not the call to action he is making with this song, but it is my concern that it could be interpreted as such, with them interpreting Ren's words as permission without giving permission. Does that make sense? My concern in reacting to this song is that while he has every right and reason to be upset and hurt and feel wronged by what has happened, and it has certainly lit a creative fire underneath him, and especially in a turbulent time of his life where he knows he's got to go back to Canada for treatment. I think that there's a lot to be said here, and he's probably got a lot of emotions. But my concern is with the greater message that I feel this artist is trying to put forward, perhaps putting out eventing songs such as this is maybe doing more damage than help to the message of love, acceptance, hope, that I think he tries to promote. So I'm going to react to this song, but I wanted to give that caveat, and I hope that you guys know that regardless of what my opinions on this end up being, I wholeheartedly will be a fan of Ren, and I hope that my opinions on this do not sway you in any way, shape, or form. But I don't believe that Ren wants a body of yes men to be his fans. I do know that he's a person that watches these things, and I do think that regardless of whether or not I end up liking this song, mine is a fair opinion, and I feel like it would be one he'd respect either which way. And at bare minimum, a perspective that he could at least accept or consider. So, with all of that said, before I hit the play button, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, feel free to leave a comment as to whether or not you agree or disagree with what I've had to say, either in the intro or throughout the reaction of this video. I know that was kind of a longer intro than normal, guys, but let's hop into it. Ren, Kujo Beatdown. Let's hope this ends up being more of an uplifting thing. I'm really hoping he's a witty dude and just makes it like, you know, a turn the other cheek kind of thing. I hope. I don't know. I don't know. Kujo Beatdown. Here we go. I love its thematics. Definitely.
I'm trying to be the person who is rightly doing right, who is right there on the righteous path, no wrong in words I write. But the forces out there test me, Ren. I'm trying to find the path to forgive all those who test my will. There's trouble in my heart. What the fuck, you little pussy? This ain't high Ren number 2. This ain't pendulums or songs of hope. The cunt took from you. And the last time we did this, the hope did prevail. Now the hope is the road that will choke a bitch pale. No, just wait a sec. Cause there's nothing to be gained when you sever the neck. I know the art is a part of your heart, so you're upset. But this hate breeds hate. Please wait, geez, Ren. I'm getting pretty.
Huh. This is interesting. And I'm sitting here chewing on this, and I guess I'm kind of chewing on it because it does remind me a bit of a high Ren scenario where he is kind of talking about the angel and the demon of my concerns in the beginning. Like, do I forgive? Do I forget? No, you go for the neck. You're being a baby for considering even being a forgiving person, which is the side I would like to see, and not a lay down of weakness. I don't mean to say turn the other cheek as a lay down of weakness, but I think it's interesting that my concerns seem to be the first thing he's wrestling with in the opening lines. So, hats off to you, man. Ren, you're... okay. Thank you. I was a little concerned.
Sick of the sick boy, trying to be the it boy, trying to be the I'm so morally equipped boy. Face it, you're mad as fuck, Ren. Now let me cut this worm with my razor blade pen. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's definitely like seeming to me to be the same kind of argument of the high Ren scenario, but then he just gives in to the evil side here with the fuck it. Okay, maybe, maybe, huh. I did like the flash with all of the folks in the white in the background, but I'm interested to see what's going to happen here.
Kujo, please don't try to struggle, hear me out, see I'm on your side really. Well, I was, till I found you could get a little greedy. Push your luck a little far, there's a moral, little Jimmy.
There's a big contrast here. By the way, this dude's kind of a Billy Corgan looking sort of dude, isn't he? Kind of Smashing Pumpkins kind of guy. Neither here nor there. I think it's interesting. You've got this dude kind of beating up and torturing a guy that's, you know, gagged and tied up, surrounded by like a church choir. There is a very interesting dynamic of angel and demon. The battle of morality is absolutely happening here. He's torturing a person with a church choir behind him. The imagery is huge, especially knowing the context. Yeah.
The cookie and the jar. See the needy.
Hang on.
Greedy. Push your luck a little far. There's a moral, little Jimmy, of the cookie and the jar. See.
There's wow, huh. That's interesting.
The needy and the greedy, they're just trying to fill a hole. So they take and then they take us still the empty in their soul. They feel so hard done by. Poor little you. Wanna take from me big, then I'll take from you too.
And I think that's interesting because he took down the masters, right? Like he took down the thing that Kujo was going to be trying to get paid on. Sorry, I don't know why my camera keeps falling, but here we are. Anyways, I definitely find that to be kind of an interesting thing. What is happening right now? Sorry, guys. Here we go. I'm just, yeah, overcorrecting. Here we are.
Shut up, slut. You said the no. I thought you said you like it rough. I thought you said she liked it rough. You're a bitch, man. What the fuck? I'm confused by this dynamic. Like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide. Whoa, guys. You probably think that this is extreme. I won't lie. Maybe just a little.
I really like the flow change. I didn't mean for that to have happened the way it did, for it to go full screen like that. The flow change there was really cool. The idea of him commenting, saying that he's committing career suicide. I found the problem. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, here we go. But again, getting back to the idea that he was committing career suicide with all of this is interesting. But I think commenting on it this way, and maybe, I don't know. This part I'm having trouble with, because these are the kinds of things that get me concerned that people will just throw mud at Kujo after Ren has kind of gotten the last word as is.
I'm confused by this dynamic, like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide. Whoa, guys, you probably think that this is extreme, I won't lie. Maybe just a little bit mean, you know, I feel a little bad about it, really. Nah, I'm only messing, lad, I love to spank the greedy.
See, and again, that flow change was so cool. I cannot help but love the music. His brain is such a cool brain. I'm having a hard time with the way I feel about presenting the imagery he's presenting, even if it's like an imaginative thing, even if it's like a hypothetical thing, even if it's any of the, and even if he is completely justified in all of his feelings for getting completely screwed over. It kind of sets up a thing that makes me think that we all know that people aren't going to see through the lines. Like, not everybody kind of reads between the lines of the things he says as is, right? So I feel like this could incite the anger of a fanhood and, put a lot of unnecessary, Ren's got a lot more followers than Kujo, point blank. Kujo was totally in the wrong 100%. The dude is a schmelt. We don't like him for what he did. But I would hope that if you are a Rooski and you're watching this video, you would not participate in any hate slinging towards another person. Bad people are bad people are bad people. I don't think we need to contribute to ridiculing them for being bad. They know good and well that they're bad, and they get to deal with that on their conscience, on their hearts. If you are a believer of any kind of faith, they get to deal with that through either the form of karma or through the form of hell or through the form of just nothingness, whatever, or being a bug, whatever you want to say. They got to deal with that throughout whatever you choose to believe. But I just don't want a fanhood built on something so loving and wonderful to become a fanhood that throws mud, even in the face of wrongdoing.
I hope you wake up sweating from your nightmares, see me. I'm the sick boy that you enslave, free me. When you fuck with my work, you might as well bleed me. I put my whole soul into my words legally. Now a little thief want beef, want steal from me. That's how little thief lose teeth, you meal to me. I'm the subject matter, you are part of the scenery. This is how the sick boy work, you feeling me? Cunt, I'm sick with the pen. I went easy on the daughter, he's a friend, it's Zen. But if I ever hear your mouth speak the name of Ren out in public, then it's public, you don't want that again. And no warning for your bitch of a girlfriend too. Mrs. Nice behind the scenes, poor Kujo, boo-hoo. If I ever read another fucking comment from you, then this is only part one, it's even worse than part two.
There is something pretty manly about tapping a dude's bald head. However, hang on, I'm going to let it play out to, the expressed views in this video are for creative purposes. Any issues I have will be dealt with on a personal basis. I do not condone abuse or bullying. Okay. Here's my thoughts. Even with this message here said, even with this message promoted, even with what is being discussed in what he's trying to say with this little message at the end, I guess we all know, if you're a reasonable person, that there are still going to be people that abuse and bully based on the idea that they want to feel somehow like they are vindicating a wrongdoing to an artist we all really love. I don't think less of Ren for making this video. I don't think less of Ren for being angry. I don't think less of Ren for putting out a song. And the last thing I'm trying to do is virtue signal here. I'm just asking people to consider an alternative way of handling wrongdoing. Because, again, I think that if you look at the internet, there are plenty of ways you can find to be angry. There are plenty of ways you can, vent anger. But I think in this context, we're kind of looking at it with great power comes great responsibility scenario, right? Ren has a great responsibility with the power that has been given to him through his art. And I recognize it's kind of a cyclic thing. He invests himself into his art. It invests himself back into him. Same thing with fanhood, right? Like we invest ourselves into him and vice versa. He shares himself with us. But in this context, I do feel like I would disagree with the release of this video, even if I found the music catchy, even if I find beef raps cool. There are enough no Vaselines in the world. And there's only one Ice Cube. Not that Ren was trying to be that, but I guess I just don't all the time drive into the beatdown raps or retaliatory action, which, granted, I am a fan of farming the wrongdoing, like profit your wrong, profit the people that have wronged you. But this, I don't know, the way this was done, I think he's a smart enough dude that maybe there's another way, but I'm not him. I also totally, like I said, just feel he's justified for his feelings on what's happened to him. All of that said, I'm certain it had to have felt good to say the things he said. I don't know. I'm not trying to make people angry at me because I've taken in this particular song, an opposing viewpoint. I'm still very much a fan of Ren, even if I wasn't a fan of what's happened here today or whenever this was released, 2 weeks ago, maybe. Anyways, sorry to ramble on so long, guys, but I love you. I cannot thank you enough for being here. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys are the best. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Thank you. Goodbye.